When a product is labeled great value, you expect decent quality at an affordable price, but not all budget-friendly options live up to this promise, especially when it comes to canned foods. While convenient and inexpensive, many of Walmart's great value canned items fall short in terms of taste, texture, and nutrition. In this video, we'll explore 12 canned foods from Walmart's great value brand that you should think twice about buying. We'll examine why each product might not be the best choice for your kitchen and suggest better alternatives where appropriate. 1. Great value chili with beans. Canned chili should be hearty and flavorful, but great value chili with beans disappoints on several fronts. Many reviewers describe it as overly spicy with an imbalanced ratio of beans to beef. Too many beans, not enough meat. The texture and appearance also leave much to be desired. One Walmart reviewer called it the worst chili I have ever eaten from a can, noting that the meat resembled dry crumbled ground beef. Aside from taste, the product is high in sodium and contains preservatives. One can contains approximately 1,200 to 1,500 milligrams of sodium, often more than half of the recommended daily limit. Regular consumption of high sodium foods is linked to increased risk of hypertension and heart disease. The convenience factor doesn't outweigh these downsides. With so many better canned chili options available and the ease of making chili from scratch, this is one great value item you can skip. 2. Great value French-style green beans. Green beans are a classic side dish, but great value French-style green beans miss the mark. The beans often appear pale and unappetizing, and the lack of added salt leaves them tasting bland. While some canned vegetables suffer from being too salty, these green beans swing too far in the opposite direction, resulting in a flavorless product. Texture and consistency is another problem. One reviewer mentioned that the beans were not consistent in taste or texture. Many found them overly soft, lacking the crispness of fresh or frozen green beans. Even at a low price point, there are better alternatives available. If you're looking for quality green beans, opt for fresh or frozen instead of this canned version. 3. Great value pear halves. Pears are a nutritious and versatile fruit, but great value pear halves miss the mark by a big gap. Packed in heavy syrup, they are overly sweet and contribute unnecessary added sugars to your diet. The syrup masks the natural flavor of the fruit and adds empty calories. Texture is another major complaint. Some reviewers compared the hardness of the pears to rocks, with one stating, "At least 2 halves were so hard that I could not cut them." The visual appeal is lacking as well. Skinned pears in syrup can appear unappetizing, resembling raw chicken. If you want to enjoy pears, fresh fruit, or higher quality canned options in 100% fruit juice are much better choice. 4. Great value extra noodle and chicken broth condensed soup is a comfort food staple, but great value extra noodle and chicken broth condensed soup fails to deliver. Many reviewers criticized its taste and aftertaste, with one attributing the unpleasant flavor to added sugar. The lack of actual chicken and only chicken broth is disappointing to those expecting a more substantial soup. The noodles also drew mixed reviews. Some found them too small, while others said the soup resembled noodles with broth coating. High sodium content is another drawback, with one serving delivering a significant portion of the daily recommended intake. For a more satisfying soup experience, homemade or premium canned options are preferable. 5. Great value clam chowder soup. Great value clam chowder soup has a polarizing reputation. While some enjoy it, many reviewers found it watery and lacking in solid ingredients. One reviewer described it as pretend milk, highlighting its thin consistency. Taste complaints are common, with the soup being either too bland or excessively salty. Sodium content is a particular concern. One serving contains 780 milligrams, which is 33% of the daily value. For those monitoring their sodium intake, this soup is a poor choice. Texture issues such as rubbery clams and lack of vegetables further diminish its appeal. If clam chowder is a favorite, higher quality brands or homemade recipes are recommended. 6. Great value chicken noodle soup. At first glance, Great Value Chicken Noodle Soup appears promising, with images of hearty ingredients on the label. However, many reviewers reported a lack of actual chicken, watery broth, and an unappealing cardboard-like taste. Complaints about an unpleasant aftertaste and chemical smell were also noted. While the soup isn't overwhelmingly salty, it still contains 690 milligrams of sodium per serving. Combined with the minimal protein content and bland flavor, this product falls short of expectations. There are better canned chicken noodle soups available, and making your own is a simple way to ensure quality and taste. 7. Great value French onion with beef stock condensed soup. Great Value French Onion with beef stock condensed soup presents a serious concern for gluten-sensitive consumers. Despite being labeled gluten-free, it contains soy sauce made with wheat. This can pose health risks for those with celiac disease or gluten intolerance. Beyond the labeling issue, reviewers criticize the soup's appearance and texture. Reports of inedible onion skins and unappetizing growths were common. The soup is also high in sodium and offers little nutritional value. Until the ingredient list and labeling are corrected, this product should be avoided by anyone requiring a gluten-free diet. 8. Great Value Grilled Chicken and Sausage Gumbo Soup. Consistency is key in soup, but Great Value Grilled Chicken and Sausage Gumbo Soup struggles in this area. Reviewers frequently mentioned problems with the rice. Some found it clumpy, mushy, or entirely absent. The ratio of solids to broth was also inconsistent, with too much tomato overpowering other flavors. Texture issues were also reported about the meat, which was described as overly chewy and tough. The flavor was criticized for being too bland and lacking the characteristic spice of traditional gumbo. Given that gumbo can be made at home with relatively little effort, this canned version is not a worthwhile substitute. 9. Great Value Minestrone Soup. Great Value Minestrone Soup aims to deliver a classic vegetable and bean combination, but falls short. Reviewers reported too much of celery and undercooked peas, which disrupted the expected balance of flavors and textures. The soup's sodium content is high, making it a less desirable option for those watching their salt intake. With a rating of only 2.8 stars, the product's inconsistency and flavor issues make it one to skip. Preparing minestrone at home or choosing a low-sodium, high-quality alternative would provide a more satisfying and nutritious experience. 10. Great Value Healthy Cream of Mushroom Condensed Soup. Family size, great value. Healthy Cream of Mushroom Condensed Soup offers lower sodium, but that's where the positives end. Reviewers found the soup watery, thin, and lacking in flavor. The texture was a frequent complaint, with many noting that it did not achieve the creamy consistency expected from this type of soup. Many 4- and 5-star ratings lacked accompanying reviews, making the 3.6-star average potentially misleading. Negative reviews focused on taste and consistency rather than packaging or shipping issues. For a richer, more flavorful cream of mushroom soup, making your own or selecting a premium brand is a better option. 11th, Great Value 5 to 7 Large Artichoke Hearts. Many shoppers are drawn to Great Value 5-7 Artichoke Hearts for the low price, but the product often disappoints. Customer reviews frequently mention a metallic or overly salty taste that overwhelms dishes, along with inconsistent texture ranging from mushy and falling apart to tough and fibrous. It's also common to find broken pieces instead of whole hearts, reducing both the visual appeal and usability in recipes. While the initial cost is low, the risk of ruining a meal or having to discard part of the can makes it a poor value compared to slightly more expensive higher quality alternatives. For anyone who values flavor, texture, and reliability, this is one pantry item best left on the shelf. 12th, Great Value Cut Green Beans. Great Value Cut green beans received mixed reviews, with texture and quality being primary concerns. Stringiness was a frequent complaint, affecting the beans' overall palatability. Some customers reported receiving cans with rust spots on the beans, raising food safety concerns. Shipping and packaging issues were also problematic. Reviewers mentioned receiving the wrong can size, dented cans, and products without pull tabs. For individuals with limited mobility, the absence of a pull tab can be a significant inconvenience.